Hi, welcome to the Tips and Tricks video series. I'm Andy Acker, Director of Education for North America.
And I'm Brian Bouchard, Regional Manager for the Northeast. And today Andy and I are going to show you how to install Kerdi board, but first we're going to take a look at these studs and see if they're not quite right. First thing I'm going to take is a level, and we're just running across the studs. And sure enough, there's a pretty bad bow in this one right here.
And back here too, Brian. So we've got two bad spots in there. How about vertically?
I'm also going to look at it that way, Andy. Sure enough. So as you can see, we're tight at the top and tight down below, but there's quite a gap right here.
So that stud is bowed considerably.
So let's bring a sheet of Kerdi board here and we'll take a look at the wall with a sheet of Kerdi board. All right, Andy, if you'd take a look at it.
Yeah, there's a bit of gap here behind the Kerdi board where the Kerdi board is going straight, and of course now we can see that bow and that stud pretty good there. And there could be, Bryant, that the next ones are bowing in the other direction too.
So is it a good idea to apply thin set to all the studs then?
I think we should put a small channel in all of them and then lay the board up and push it in there so we can get it nice and plumb. That could be a real problem if we were using a small mosaic here. The mosaic would actually conform to that wall, whatever the stud's doing, and that wouldn't be acceptable as a finished product. All right, so we have some fairly stiff thin set here, and we're going to use a trowel, kind of like a hawk, and we're going to just put a small channel on that.
Now I'm going a little bit heavy here, Andy, because this was the stud that was bowed.
Right. That's where we saw the low spot, so we're going to want to put that in there. That's going to be good. Now the thin set here is going to adhere well to the Kerdi board, to the fleece on the Kerdi board, but we don't really need to worry about it adhering to the wood. It's going to be wedged in there behind the Kerdi board, and it's going to cure behind the Kerdi board and on the stud and become very hard and strong. So you can see it's fairly stiff so that it can hold up as we go to put the board in and push the panel in. Okay, so we got the thin set on all the studs now, Bryant.
Right, and if you notice, we did put more on this stud and more thin set on this stud because, as you recall, these were bowed when we checked them with the straight edge earlier.
Right, those are the two that were bowing in, so we've put heavier amount on those, although we have put thin set on all the studs.
So now when we bring the board back in, this is acting as a wet shim, and this is going to allow us to bring the Kerdi board in, and we're going to be in plane and plumb.
Great. Let me bring them in for you here. All right. The idea here, though, is to not press it into the thin set. Just gently lay it up there for now.
So we're not going to fasten these boards yet, right, Andy?
No, we're not going to fasten them until the thin set has a chance to dry up and firm up. But we'll place these on here. Now you can press that in. And we're letting that thin set flow out behind the Kerdi board, and we'll be fully supported from floor to ceiling and nice and straight. All right, let's check it this way to see if we got that bow out of there. Look how nice and flat that is.
So Andy, can we put a few screws and washers now?
Yeah, I think we should go ahead and put some of the screws and washers in there, but we just won't drive them home yet. We'll wait until the thin set firms up, and then we can finish that step. But this will hold things in place for now, Bryant.
So we won't really drive these in till the thin set's cured more.
Right, when we know the thin set's firm enough to support the work and we don't squish the work we just did. So, and of course we'll put them all throughout here at the frequency that Schluter recommends, fastening the board to 16-inch center studs like we're seeing here. We hope this tip and trick video was helpful for you. If you ever come across framework that's not plumb or level or true like this.
Which they almost never are, Andy.
That's right.
So visit us at Schluter.com and check out our YouTube channel, and visit us more often for videos like this and like these.